Hi, Yerds. Miss Kelly here. I thought I'd check in. We haven't actually seen, you haven't seen me at all since all of this stuff has gone down. So I want to just do a quick little video explaining where we're at with the yearbook and what's going on and what the plan is moving forward. Um, so first, I'd like to say that I hope that you and your families are healthy and that you're doing okay and that you're staying quarantined. It's important that you don't go hang out with friends because then that doesn't help our issue, right? So I hope that you had a nice spring break and that you've been finding ways to stay calm and relaxed and joyful in these very uncertain times. Remember to take deep breaths and make time for yourself in the day, get exercise, read or do something that promotes your mind and your thinking in a way that is curious to you and not just something you have to do for school. Virtual school is like up and running, as you probably know. You're probably full force in it, most of you. If you have seen, there's a new block schedule that has come out. So essentially, posts and things for my class will be delivered to you on Tuesdays and Fridays from this point on. Tomorrow, we technically don't have school. It was supposed to be a non-student contact day, so the school is keeping it that way. So you're not expected to do any schoolwork for any of your classes tomorrow, which is why I'm posting this video today, so that you have an understanding of where we're headed into next week before we get started. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for doing your work and getting your mods done and getting your pages done. We were able to completely finish the yearbook, the main portion of the yearbook, before our deadline. We submitted that. Everything is all set. If you want to go in and peek at it, you're welcome to. It's in Yearbook Avenue, same job code, 10510 if you don't remember it. And you can see, sort of how that turned out. I had to move some things around because we had to reduce numbers of pages and things like that. In terms of moving forward with the book, we can just print. The book is basically printed. I think actually it might be getting printed today or tomorrow. And they'll get them sent out to us at some point, and then we will have to discuss what distribution day will look like. I'm not going to make any solid plans yet because we don't frankly know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're going to be going back to school. We don't know how long the quarantine or the shelter in home thing is going to last. So we don't want to make any big plans that will just have to be changed. But we will ensure that students have a way to get their yearbooks and pick them up before the end of the school year. So that is guaranteed. So if you have people questioning or wondering about that, feel free to share that info. I did end up ordering extra books because I couldn't just not. So I was really hoping that we could, build our sales just a little bit more before the end of the year. So if people are asking if yearbooks are still available for purchase, they are. You'll want to direct them to the Jostens yearbooks website to order. We will need to be doing, coming up, another little sales campaign, and that'll be all online, and we'll kind of process that together. And then additionally, I would like us to go ahead and try to do a supplement. If the printing plant is still printing, there's one plant that's open and printing as of right now, and they're still open at the end of April. They will print our supplement and send it to us, and we can make this happen. If they can't print the supplement for some reason, I will find a way to get it printed for us and get it submitted somehow and printed, and we can get it placed into the book. Or if all else fails and we are just like stuck in our homes for the end of time, we will find a way to do a digital version of the supplement that can be shared to our buyers when they receive their books as well. So we're going to move forward with the supplement, which means you have one more deadline for me, just one more, and then we're done. And so on Monday, or rather Tuesday for you, I might post it on Monday so that you can get some ideas going, or even today. We want to think about what would a supplement look like right now, because we don't have any spring sports. We don't have events or activities happening. We're not in school, right? So we have to make this interesting. So I think what I will do is create a form that I'll have you fill out. I'll attach it here to this video that allows you to throw out some ideas. Some of the initial ideas I have that maybe will help inspire you. For our seniors, we should still do our senior superlatives, so that will be a spread in the supplement. We have to be creative about how we do this stuff because we can't just go get pictures ourselves. From other yearbook advisors around the nation that I've talked to recently, kids tend to be at home on their phones and kind of bored and looking for something other than, you know, papers and things to write. And so when students have asked for photos to be sent and things to happen, most people have been pretty on it. So we're going to give that a shot. So I will talk separately with the seniors about what that means. But essentially, we're going to have to grab photos from them, and we'll have them get a picture of themselves doing the thing that they were awarded, and then we'll place the photos that way. Other interesting story ideas that we could think about is that crazy show, The Tiger King. If you've seen that, I'm sure you have. If you haven't, watch it for 10 minutes. That could be all you can handle, but at least 10 minutes. Everyone's freaking out about Tiger King. It might be funny to do like a mod where we have students dress up as the characters from Tiger King and send us a photo of their Tiger King impression. We should do a mod on virtual learning and what that looks like and how people are doing it. We have to be really careful how we grab pictures. We have to get consent and permission from kids. We can't just screenshot, our Zoom call with our history class and use that because we don't have permission from all those people to use an image from something they didn't know would be published. So we have to be very careful. So just be considerate of that. But, how are people making virtual learning fun? Maybe there's some sort of like virtual spirit week we could conduct. We could post it on the school website, on our pages, and get students to participate, right? Like Mondays, pajama day, Tuesdays, crazy hair day, everything that can be seen from like here up, or bring your favorite cup to class day, or bring your pet to class day. There's all sorts of things we could do with that, so we could have some fun there. We might even consider partnering with, student council to make that happen as well. I was thinking to cover sports, we have a whole slew of athletes who aren't able to do their sport. Like that is a massive bummer for them, I'm sure. And so maybe we could reach out to our spring athletes through our athlete rosters, reach out to those kids and get them to send us pictures and information about how they're staying active. What are you doing to continue your athletic practice? Maybe they are actually going out in the field and playing softball or playing soccer because they can't for school right now. Or we could get photos of them playing their sport in the past. I'm sure their parents or themselves have various images. Other story ideas I were thinking of, if there's any uncovered events from this semester that we haven't covered that you're aware of, that could be something easy. If you have a club or organization you haven't covered yet, we could easily reach out to the teacher who runs it, get a roster, reach out to kids. Almost every kid's on their email. I mean, if they're engaged in the virtual learning, they're on their email and they're seeing it. So I think we could have some good response. We could look at like Snapchats or TikToks and do little images of people's Snapchats and TikToks because that's kind of fun. I also thought of, since prom is not going to be happening, we could do something called like almost prom. It probably end up just being maybe girls doing it, but that's okay. I mean, I hope guys would participate, where you get dressed up in your prom outfit anyway and you take a picture and send that in to us, and we could have like an almost prom mod idea. Those are some of the big ones that have been zooming around in my head. Speaking of zooming, Zoom, like we're all using that now. So there could be a story or mod about Zoom. What is it? Did they start coronavirus? I'm kidding. That didn't happen. Don't you miss these stupid jokes that I throw in the middle of class? And those are my ideas. So what's going to happen is I will post for you what the supplement looks like. There will be a separate code that you'll use to get into the supplement. We'll work in there using our mods and stories. So we'll get all that set up at the beginning of next week. What I want you to do over the next few days is think about 2 to 3 stories you would be willing to do, because I'm going to have it be a first come first serve thing to make it fair. So I'll post when we're picking our stories, and first person to post theirs gets it. And then if you missed your chance, you have to pick something else. So come up with 3 different stories you could do. And I'm not talking full pages, I'm talking a mod, 1 mod per person. You'll have about a week and a half to complete it, maybe 2 weeks. So not a big spread. Just think like 1 simple story mod. Come up with 3 or 4 of those ideas if you can, and then you'll pick one based on what's available when I do that post on Tuesday. Other things to consider is we're going to have to take on some new responsibilities individually as team members. Our department teams that we had earlier might shift a little bit. We're going to need somebody, everybody's going to have to be all hands on deck for the sales campaign. So we'll have somebody in charge of Facebook, somebody in charge of Instagram, of emails, all those sorts of things. What else? I think that's all I got. Okay, so what this will look like on Tuesday, you'll get a post from me, maybe a video too. There will be something there for you to complete and fill out. There will be an option for you to select which stories you want to do, and then we'll talk about what your deadlines look like, what revision will look like in getting it placed and finished, and we'll talk about techniques and strategies for getting your interviews, getting photos, and actually finishing this last mod with fidelity and pride. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to leave you. And sorry, I haven't been in touch this week. I've just been kind of working with Jostens to figure out what the next step is, and we have found it. So I will be in touch next week. I hope that you enjoy your day off tomorrow in whatever way that looks like for you. And I miss you much. And I think about you all the time. Sending love and smiles. Bye, guys.